Hello, everyone, and how are you today? I'm here with my friend Kim, and we want to thank you for your time and showing up to our Healthy Habits That Last webinar. Kim and I met through our product partner, USANA, and we instantly clicked because we just felt, I don't know, I felt kind of drawn to you. Also, we both had our struggles and that we had overcome, and we were on this journey, and we connected there. So we want to share with you today how to make lifestyle changes a success. We also want to share what to expect when making change and 10 ways to 10 areas to focus on when making that change. So the reality is that small actions really do make big shifts in your life. And it's those small actions each day that move us forward until we have established a new normal. When I realized that I was struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety after my third daughter was born, I started looking for alternative ways to help heal myself without the use of prescription drugs. That just wasn't a route that I was interested in taking at all. So I turned to support from my friends, family, and my community. I started attending a bunch of mental health workshops. Those were really helpful for me. And I went to counseling. I also surrounded myself with some positive, health-centered people, and they taught me about personal development, which was huge for me. I started to find gratitude and appreciation for what I already had in my life. And all these small actions really did contribute to my healing, to the amazing feelings that, of strength and love that I hold standard for each day today. So making change can be really tough, but we can all get through it. So who am I? I'm Crystal Nash. I am a wife. I am a mother of 3 lovely little girls and a fur baby named Reverend. I'm very grateful for them in my life. We enjoy adventuring and sharing some Sundays together. Sundays are family day, so we always do some fun stuff together on Sundays. I'm also a holistic health coach, and I'm really passionate about this because this is where my journey with postpartum actually started, my journey with health coaching started was because of my diagnosis with postpartum. So I'm really passionate about what I do, and I'm very excited to be able to help other women on their journey and men in achieving mental health and just living a life that they really do love. And I'm also in a business with my husband. We have a business called Inner Sound. He is a sound therapist, so we work together on that too. And we're Costa Rica dreaming. We're going to have a second home there, so that's what we're working towards. So I'm going to hand it over to my friend Kim.
My name is Kim McDonnell. I met Crystal, well, like she said, at USANA a few years ago. I've been in the business 4 years. Some of my past struggles include addiction. I struggled with suicide for quite a bit. Just really my self-worth and having any self-respect for myself, something I think a lot of people do struggle with. I went to rehab 7.5 years ago. I've been sober ever since. And one thing that people always comment on is how much I've changed over the years. And I truly do believe that it wasn't one giant radical shift. It was many little tiny habits that added up and created a giant shift overall. So a few of my core values are authenticity, being your best self, showing up as the best you can be. It's your job to take care of yourself and live authentically. Healthy living is one of my core values, just eliminating toxins wherever you can, adding in healthier habits one at a time, small shifts, not having crazy high expectations of myself, and just being gentle on myself with my choices, creating a life of happiness. I'm all about doing what you love to do and trying to turn it into a job so you're living a life that you absolutely love. And one of my journeys that I'm on now is creating a deeper connection with myself and just learning to trust my intuition and follow my guidance system. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Sounds awesome, Kim. Okay, guys, why are we doing this? Do you remember?
We're doing this so we can just help so many people. Both Crystal and I coach a lot of people, and people are always asking us for advice and tips on what we can do. And we just thought we would put together the 10 most important shifts for us that we thought would help create a shift for you guys. So we really think it's important to not have these crazy expectations of yourself, but implementing little things that will in time add up together to make a giant shift.
Totally. All right. So like I mentioned before, making change is pretty tough sometimes. And but we're here to help you create those empowering actions that you can take to make this journey good and set yourself up for success. So here's what you're going to expect when you are making change. Be expected to experience self-sabotage. It happens all the time. Be expected to procrastinate. Be expected to feel some energy shifts. Sometimes they're not very comfortable. Be expected to have that desire to quit, and be expected to feel like you're pulled towards your old comforts. But you also will be expected to experience some really great stuff along this journey. So you're going to experience an awareness of self. You're going to experience creating more boundaries, new boundaries, and some self-respect. That's a big one. You'll experience more energy, more resiliency, more feelings of lightness and of flow. I like being there, don't you? Feeling light and in flow. Also, you're going to experience some positive vibes and new opportunities. So sounds damn good to me.
Me too.
Yeah. The first thing that I really love to get people to do before moving forward on any journey is to get rid of the old so we can make space for the new. So I have this holistically clear the clutter approach to life, I guess. And when we look at this from mind, body, soul, and environment, this is when you are clearing out the things that are no longer serving you from those spaces, right? Regular practice of this is going to help you create more ease and flow, like I mentioned earlier, a little less overwhelm and stress. It's going to help you reduce aches and pains, improve strength and resiliency, feelings of purpose. You're going to gain some confidence in your decision making, and it's also going to open up new opportunities that are going to come your way. So you've made space for those new opportunities to come in. So this step is actually so important that in the success and the follow through of any transformation or wellness journey, that I started a 30-day Facebook group about this. So if you want to check that out, I can show you the link at the end of the call here. So also what this is going to do is it's bringing awareness to the things in your life that are no longer serving you, like I said, that you're no longer aligned with, right? So this could be delegating tasks, looking at your schedule, saying no to things. Simple. Those things are kind of simple, right? It could also include more challenging things such as setting healthy boundaries. That's a big one in your relationships and things. So you want to ensure that you are really, like we said, setting those boundaries. So when you begin to clear the clutter, you also have to remember to start small. There's nothing worse than feeling like you have to accomplish everything in one go. And also be sure to ask for support. Knowing you're supported in what you're doing will increase the chance of follow through substantially. And don't forget to celebrate your wins. So once you've completed your task, no matter how insignificant you may think it is, acknowledge your efforts. The acknowledgement practice is to emphasize that change does happen by the little choices that we make in the direction of our desired outcome. So essentially, all these little tasks and changes that we make are acts of self-care. And that brings us to our next slide, but I did want you to make note of the resources that I have there in the corner. The Holistically Clear, the Clutter group, that's my group. You know, there's different ways and resources to clear the clutter. So journaling, getting a personal trainer, even clearing your energy, that's a good one too. So let's practice some self-care.
I have some essentials right here, clearing the air and the energy.
Perfect. Okay, so self-care isn't just bubble baths and all that jazz. It's look at the picture here. We have, again, like a holistic approach, right? We've got some physical ways that we can do self-care, emotional, social, spiritual, financial. That's a good one. That's one that we could all probably use right now, right? So have a look at this photo. Like I said, it does have some valuable ideas. For me, I didn't think that I really had time for self-care, but when I looked around at the things I was making time for, I soon realized I was choosing destructive behaviors over constructive behaviors. So I was doing things like eating low energy foods while I was staying up late and watching TV. I was scrolling social media for hours. I was doing so much for everyone else and nothing for myself. And all of these were not contributing positively to my health, and they were ultimately causing me increased stress. So, and then I didn't know how to deal with my stress. So then that made me more stressed. So self-care is one of these things that we really need to focus on. So I want you to identify right now, we're going to take you through, grab your journal or a piece of paper if you brought that with you, and we're just going to identify where we are operating from at this moment. So what is your average stress level on a scale of 1 to 10? I want you, 10 being high. And then I want you to think about how this has impacted your life, your work, or your health. And then once you've thought about that and written that down, what is one action you can take right now to improve this outcome? So that action is your act of self-care. So do it. Make sure you do it today, because it's obviously a benefit. You just identified that. So doing the things that will benefit your situation in the most positive way for the greater good. So that's what you're wanting to try to work towards every day for yourself. Okay. And find something that you love, you know? So maybe one of your answers here was, how has this stress impacted your health? Well, maybe you said that your skin has broken out. One of your actions could be, to relax while reading my book and having a USANA skin mask, sheet mask on, nourishing your skin as well as your mind. Or maybe you said that your stress has been causing you heart palpitations or shortness of breath. So your action would be taking a minute and actually sitting and allowing yourself to breathe. So whatever that action is, make sure that it is specific to you and that you're going that it's something that you enjoy, because you're not going to follow through. You're not going to make self-care a daily practice if you aren't doing the things that are of interest to you. So like I said, maybe sheet masks aren't in bubble baths. They don't do it for you, but getting outside into nature and hanging with some friends does. That's the fabulous thing about life and about this journey, is that you are the creator, so you do what works for you. Okay.
I like it.
All right, now let's chat about meditation. So we've identified our stress level, so let's see if we can reduce some of that through meditation. Meditation has been practiced around the world for thousands of years, so you better believe that it is an important way to relax, and it does have some major benefits. Oftentimes we're so much up here, right? We're in our head, we're stuck up here, we're not connecting to our body. And this is what we really need to do in order to work from a space that is authentic. So I'm going to walk you through a little meditation here. And this is called brain-heart coherence. This is called a quick coherence meditation. So I've been practicing this for a few months now, and I'm finding that it really has made a big impact in how I approach my clients, how I approach even doing posts on social media. It really connects my brain and my heart together, and has me coming from a place of kindness and of authenticity. So I want to guide you guys through this because it is quite powerful. So just sit comfortably where you are, and I want you to close your eyes or open them, whatever you choose, however you feel comfortable. And I just want you to focus on your breath. And now I want you to focus on this space in your chest, your heart space. So while comfortably breathing, just bring your attention right to this space where your heart is. And imagine your breath flowing in and out of that space. And now I want you to think of a time, a person, an experience, anything that brings you joy or happiness or love. And I want you to feel that emotion, feel it right in your heart space. And just breathe relaxed, focusing on your heart space and really feeling that emotion. Allowing that love and kindness to enter that space. And when you're ready, you can come back to the room. This meditation can be used many times throughout the day. It's great when you're in a transition. So say you're going from one activity to another, or like I mentioned earlier, you're about to, do a live on social media, or you're about to connect with somebody. It can be done with your eyes open or your eyes closed. And it really does bring you to that place of love. Make sure that you're coming from an authentic place. So meditation can also allow us to understand our pain, to improve our focus, reduce our brain chatter, boost our energy, and it also establishes positive emotional adjustments. If you are looking for some resources, maybe you've never meditated before, we have Insight Timer. That's one of Kim and I's faves. Heart Math, that is that breath that I just took you through. And then there's also some stuff on YouTube. Our Inner Sound, my husband creates meditations as well, so you can check out some of ours.
Love it. Here is one of my favorite little tricks to creating change. The sum of 5 rule is a rule that I live by, I follow. I do believe you become who you surround yourself with. So when I used to drink, I was hanging out with party animals, I was hanging out with drug addicts, I was hanging out with people with low values, and shockingly, I became one of those people. So after I got sober, I had to really analyze who was in my circle, because it was really easy for me to slip back into old habits, and it wasn't something I was willing to do. So I had to really edit who I was surrounding myself with. You want to surround yourself with people who raise your vibe, people you can learn from, people who inspire you. You really get to be picky with who you surround yourself with. Just because you're an acquaintance with somebody or somebody doesn't mean that they should get your time or your energy. Really pay attention to the energy and the expectations that others put on you. for me, I can get triggered by people. So as soon as I become aware of that feeling of inadequacy or just questioning my own beliefs or my own motives, I really start asking myself more questions, because people can influence your mood, they can influence how smart you are, they influence your beliefs and how you view the world.
Mhm.
uh, Again, our parents and teachers can influence, they do influence how talented we are, and how you feel about yourself, and again, the expectations you have on yourself. And we really are in charge. The law of attraction goes back thousands and thousands of years. They've often said if you think you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to change who you're hanging out in the room with, because you never want to reach that point. You always want to be inspired and always want to be pushed to grow and be inspired by others. So if you want to be healthy, surround yourself with healthy people. If you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. If you want to be happy, surround yourself with happy people. Just really pay attention to who are you spending most of the time with, and how are they affecting how you feel about yourself. Language and self-talk. This is a huge one for me. Self-talk is the internal dialogue. It's influenced by your subconscious mind. It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your questions, ideas. Self-talk can be both positive and negative. It enhances the performance and your well-being. Oftentimes, if you're sitting there stuck in a thought that isn't serving you, you're obviously not going to find the motivation to go up and make a change if you're allowing yourself to sit in those thoughts. One of the tricks I do to get rid of some self-talks and self beliefs is when I'm in the shower, is I literally let them wash away and go down the drain. Having some visuals that you can use to like push these thoughts right out of your ear and let them go, but you have to notice the thoughts too. So positive self-talk can really increase your vitality, uh, greater life satisfaction, improved immune function, reduce pain, better heart health, better physical well-being, reduce risk of death. For me, when I was suicidal, I used to sit in my car and I used to the the talk inside my head was like, you have nothing to live for, you're not worth it, no one likes you, and that can really put you at risk for some very harmful behaviors. Um, so if you can change the thoughts in your head, I used to sit there and say like, I have nothing to live for, and now in a completely different frame of mind, I can see that I have everything to live for, and just the way that you think about yourself and that perception you have can shift your entire life. So yeah, less stress and distress. So the first thing you want to do is really identify the negative self-talks. You have to catch yourself when you're doing it, check in with how you're feeling. Another thing is feelings do not define us. Feelings never, no feeling is ever going to last. Sadness won't stick around if you don't hang on to it. Anger won't stick around if you don't hang on to it. Happiness doesn't stick around forever either.
Yeah.
Our feelings come and go, and it's okay just to feel them and be with them, and just let them go when they don't serve you anymore. When you notice yourself talking negative to yourself, find the humor in it, but bring awareness to it. We all say things in our heads like, oh, you're so stupid, or why did I say that? I'm such an idiot. But just notice it, catch it, and laugh a little bit about it, about how wrong you are and how these thoughts are not serving you in your day-to-day life. And I put post-its all over my house with positive affirmations, and just remind yourself anywhere, on the mirror, on your phone, on your computer. Just get those positive thoughts, those positive affirmations, incite and recite them, because the more you see them and the more you say them, the easier it is to believe them.
It's
Right?
true. So true. That's really powerful, for sure.
Being of service, this is my favorite. I think this is how I've learned the most about myself. After I got into my recovery, I somehow got into rescuing animals, and they have really taught me what the true meaning of true happiness is. I guess what it has done, it's like created changes in my brain. It's put things in perspective for me. It's taken the focus and attention off me as poor me, but like, oh my gosh, what can I do for someone else? So it's really, for me, it's created a sense of belonging. Helping others helps us make new friends and connects you with the community. Volunteering at the food bank or getting involved in an animal rescue can really reduce loneliness and isolation. It gets people out there. I know for dog rescue, I created this, it all happened very organically, but it's created this community of people that are inspired by you and love what you're doing and want to be a part of it. So it attracts a network around you. It's kept things in perspective for me. Having a positive impact on someone else can change your whole outlook on life and your attitude. It's given me a huge sense of purpose. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, is to help an animal or an animal and people, because I believe these dogs are really adding value to people's lives, and I get to give people that like lifeline, that best friend, that unconditional love. It's boosted my self-esteem. One thing I used to hate was when people called me crazy, and now I will stand up loud and proud and be like, you have no idea. I will drive 24 hours through the night on a rescue mission. I will fly to Cuba and back just to pick up some dogs. I'm proud of what I'm doing, and I don't need that validation from anybody else. So I've built that confidence in myself. It also has really taught me to help myself, because I can't help these animals. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I know if anything were to happen to me and my health, and I didn't take care of myself, that I wouldn't be able to show up and serve others the way I do. And some of my best friends I've created through being of service. You just attract a network of people that love what you're doing and they want to be a part of it. So if you're feeling down, just try doing something for someone else, and don't ask for anything back. Don't expect anything back. Don't post about it on the internet. Just sit with that feeling of how it feels to impact somebody else's life that couldn't do it themselves. So being of service is a great way to add some happiness and purpose into your life.
Yeah, you do a great job with that, Kim. Good for you.
It really has taught me so much about myself and what true happiness is, where it comes from.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, let's talk about connecting to nature. So when I was a kid, I mean, I was always out. We were camping, we were adventuring, but then I really lost touch with my connection to nature once I had my kids. They were all born in the winter, so I was like not going outside because it's freezing. So I never ventured out, and really, ultimately, that really didn't bode well for my mental health at all. I even had a card reading done once, and like all the cards were like, go outside, you need to go outside. And I was like, okay, well, I get it now. I was completely disconnected. I was disconnected from nature. I was disconnected from myself. And nothing seemed fun for me anymore at all. Not even the activities that I loved to do outside, like making snowmen and tobogganing and things like that. But day by day, I got myself out. I made a conscious effort to do that. Even if it took 30 minutes to get the kids into their snowsuits, and we played for 5 minutes, and then it took 30 more minutes to get them out of their snowsuits, I made sure that I was getting out there. Because it really did start to have the effect of making me feel more happy, and I was going out there more willingly, and I didn't care about the cold anymore and stuff like that, because I could see that how it was benefiting me just being out there, breathing that air, and being one with nature. So connection with nature has really proven sustainable increases in happiness, in your health, in your connection to nature, in your even having a pro-nature behavior. And I find that that's the most important one, is the pro-nature behavior. We realize that we're all part of nature. Therefore, the actions that we take in our lives are more conscious of the impact it's going to have on nature and our planet as a whole. So I find that to be really important. So how do we connect with nature? We could walk barefoot or be mindful of the earth beneath our feet. And this is also great for grounding yourself to the earth, so you don't feel like you're all over the place all the time. Playing in the dirt, plant a garden, play with clay, whittle some wood, I don't know, bring in some natural objects. Here's another one, bringing in natural objects, bring the outside inside. So plants, crystals, water features, things like that. So having those within your house really allows you to feel that connection. Hug a tree, just do it. Feels good, right? Did you hug any trees today, Kim?
Actually.
Swim or wade in water. So if you don't have access to a body of water, you can always relax in the tub. My ultimate favorite here is moon gazing and sun gazing. Our connection with nature, it includes the universe as well. Our sun and our moon have huge impacts on our human behavior. So connecting to them can really energize your soul. And get a dog, and get one from Kim, and that dog will get you outside.
A great way to get outside.
No doubt.
Movement. So movement for me has been medicine. Obviously, it greatly reduces the risk of many illnesses, including heart disease, stroke, cancer, depression, falls. Improving our balance and stability now is really something you can do to be proactive and prevent you from falling and hurting yourself as you get older. Many elders do fall because they're lacking that core stability and the strength that they need to stay upright. Physical activity improves your mood, sleep, endurance, and even sex. Another thing is movement doesn't need to become obsessive. It doesn't need to be in a gym. You don't need to go to the gym and crush weights all afternoon or run on a treadmill for an hour. I think the best movement is when you find something that you love. If you love to play tennis, go play tennis. If you love to rock climb, rock climb. If you love to swim, find an open lane swim. But really finding something that you enjoy doing and do that, because that's where you'll get the most enjoyment and positive feelings from. But find something that motivates you. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to create better health? Do you have kids you want to keep up with? Are you just feeling like shit and you want to increase your mood? Start interpreting stiffness and aches and pains and being tired as a cue to move around, not to stay sitting. If you're feeling tired and you're not up for it, like, use that as a signal to get up and go. Do not let your body fool you. Your body definitely wants to be moving. There is a saying, if you don't move it, you lose it. And that is very true when it comes to movement. If you want to have be mobile as you get older, you need to be mobile now in order to keep yourself limber. Get up every hour. If you're at a computer, walk around, take a stretch. Like I said, find something you love to do. I do not believe that movement is just meant for a gym. Truthfully, I don't even have a gym membership. I like to be outside. I like to ride the bike, so I go to a spin studio, but a gym just isn't fun for me anymore. So I really shifted my perception as to what is like being healthy. And I don't believe the gym is the only way. Scheduling in your exercise as you would schedule an appointment. If you schedule it, it's more likely to get done. And if you're not an exerciser yet, just begin with small doses, like 5-15 minutes a day. There's a lot that you can get online these days. Zumba is a great thing to get your body moving. Dancing is so good for the soul. Even if you went out for an evening and danced the night away, like that is amazing exercise. Dancing is something we all used to do as kids and babies, and as we grow up, we kind of stop from that like shame factor, but our bodies just want to move and want to dance. 150 minutes a week is the standard public health recommendation. So building up to that as a bare minimum of a goal, and just really discover the kind of motions your body likes. If there's something that hurts, don't do it. But yeah, exercise should bring you health, happiness, and it should bring you joy and make you feel empowered and strong and capable, not the opposite. So one thing, if you're not disciplined to do it on your own, find an accountability partner, track your progress. If you're running, how long did you run for? How far did you run? Just track it for yourself, just so you are being held accountable. Use a pedometer, or there's so many apps you can get on your phone to keep track of your movement, but really keeping yourself accountable for your movement and how your body feels.
Yeah, for sure. You never regret it either. Like, I've never like left a workout and been like, damn, I wish I didn't do that.
It really is. Getting there is the hard part. I actually go at 6 a.m. and the hardest part for me is when that alarm clock goes off and getting out of bed is
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you can do anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So nutrition has been vital for me. I know it's very unrealistic for people to go out and clean out their cupboards and start eating healthy from like when they've never done it before. So getting back to the simple basics, eating the essentials, high quality food, a variety of food, and keeping it in moderation. And know the basics. What does your body need? Our body needs carbohydrates, it needs fats, it needs protein, it needs vitamins, minerals, and it needs water. So I have 6 little habits. I like to do these 1 week at a time. So the first week, I have my clients reduce refined sugar. That can be whether it's in your coffee or just if you're snacking on lots of food and packages. Just really reduce that refined sugar. Natural sugars from your fruits are good. Having your smoothies in the morning with your fruits, getting more natural sugars and taking out that refined sugar. And then the next following week, limit your grains and starches. This is a big one. Many of us are eating a lot of bread, a lot of grains, and just find which can create a lot of gut health problems, which we're not even aware of, which in turn can cause inflammation and bloating. So if you're limiting your grains and starches, that's a big step that can make a big difference in how you're feeling and potentially how you're looking. Third week would be increasing that your vegetables and fruits. all about eating natural whole foods. I never have anyone limit their vegetables and fruits. Eat it all the fruits and vegetables that you want. I tell people to go for it. Reduce or eliminate dairy. Dairy is not one of our friendlier food groups. It can cause it. Many times the cows are pumped with hormones. They're in high stress environments, which in turn is giving us milk and meat and dairy products that have cortisol in it. So if your cow is pumped full of steroids and you're drinking its milk, you are drinking the cow's steroids. So really being mindful of if you're gonna be eating any sort of meat products, you want a happy chicken or a happy cow that doesn't have that stress in its body that you are ultimately consuming.
Mm-hmm.
And giving your beverages a makeover, switching pop for kombucha or coffee for tea. When I quit drinking coffee, I was opened up to a whole new world of iced teas and lemonades that are really actually good and better for you than a coffee from Tim Hortons. And I just think when we are mindful of what we're putting in our body, not to be like a drill sergeant on you, like have a piece of cake, but make it about balance, mindful eating with some balance, and you are what you eat is ultimately true.
Very true. Oh, this is our bonus.
Oh yes, we threw this one in because I thought this was a really important part of self-care. Good sleep is a very important part of self-care. If your husband is snoring and you're not getting a good night's sleep, find USANA has a
husband.
Pardon?
Find another husband.
Find another husband. Well, one thing that has worked for many people is USANA has a Pure Rest, which is 2 grams of melatonin, and oftentimes people are snoring because they're not hitting that REM, that deep sleep. They're just sitting either right above the surface or below it. So getting melatonin into their system will help get them regulate their sleep cycles. Having good sleep is important for your physical and mental health. It will help you think clearly. You want to wake up feeling rested and refreshed. The worst feeling in the world is waking up tired, like you haven't been like rejuvenated in your sleep. It can it detoxifies your body. It will affect your mood and ultimately how you function. Some tips to have a good night's sleep is turn your device off 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Keep your phone out of your bedroom. If you use it as an alarm clock, you can buy an alarm clock on Amazon that will beep so loud it will wake your entire house up. The phones have a lot of EMF signals and radiation that you are inviting into your bedroom when your phone is there. I've read studies that people check their phone and their emails over 30 times a night when they're sleeping. Nobody is emailing you at 3 a.m. that can't wait till you wake up. I also believe that rolling over and checking your phone can impact how your day is going to start. So really keeping that phone off until you're going to be intentional on it, instead of just scrolling by and letting time pass. Having a bath, setting the mood. Having a bath can really calm your body, get into a state of relaxation. Have a skincare routine where you're taking care of yourself before you go to sleep, and our gratitude journal, which I think is life-changing. Oftentimes in my gratitude journal, right here, I put 3 things I'm grateful for from the day, and then 1 thing I am hopeful I'll be grateful for one day. So it's a part of the manifestation process, and it just helps you bring your dreams to a reality by already thanking the universe for what you are hoping to have.
Mm-hmm.
Setting the mood, dim lightings, essential oils, cool temperature. I know I've had people be like, why are you up at 4 a.m? And I'm like, my house is so hot right now. So making sure that the temperature is a good temperature, crystals in your room or under your pillow. And I mentioned the Pure Rest, which is just a melatonin that can really help get you into that proper sleep cycle.
Yeah. Good. And I mean, Kim mentioned gratitude, and I'm going to mention it again because it's like that important. So believe it or not, I really didn't know what gratitude was. I never practiced this. And then I met Julie Boyer, who says she's the gratitude guru, which I kind of believe her. She is. This is one of her photos, actually. And so for me, gratitude played such an important part in my life. I was ready to run away. I really thought that everything that I had was over. My marriage, I thought my kids would be better off without me. I really did think that the grass would be greener on the other side. And then when I met Julie, and the one thing she said to me that had the biggest impact was just wake up in the morning and smile and say thanks for the day. And that was big because before that, I was waking up in the morning and saying, God damn it, another day, and dreading it. So, I mean, Kim talked about that positive, negative self-talk. It's so important how we speak to ourselves. So bringing in that gratitude, like the very second I opened my eyes, made a huge difference in how I saw my family and my life. And I really cannot thank Julie enough for, I just can't thank her enough. I'm so grateful for Julie. I'm so grateful. So what exactly is gratitude and appreciation? It's simply recognizing that which is in front of you, that you have in your life, and being thankful and accepting it as it truly is. So some of the things that we can be grateful for is our physical body and all its amazing capabilities. You know, we have eyes to see, we have a mouth to speak. We can be grateful for events, moments, or experiences. We can be grateful for our connection with others. Like, I'm so grateful that I've connected with Kim, and I'm so grateful I've connected with Julie. And, you know, I'm so grateful that I've connected with my husband today. We can also be grateful for challenging situations. So I am grateful that I got postpartum depression, because it really opened my eyes to what I was doing all wrong in my life. The things I really wasn't focusing on that were important to me, I didn't even know. So that situation, even though it was rough, I am very grateful that I had the chance to experience it. I'm also grateful. You can be grateful for your children, your family, your friends, your pets, your home, your car, and where you live. I'm really grateful. We just moved and we have this beautiful neighborhood, so I'm grateful for that. And some of the resources that I recommend, and Kim and I recommend, is, again, Wake Up with Gratitude podcast. That's Julie's podcast. I've done an episode on her podcast if you want to check that out. And again, Julie also has a book, 30 Days of Gratitude book. So if you really are down to that, you can try that. Journaling, and do that 3+1 that Kim mentioned every day, you know, looking at 3 things you're grateful for that day, and then adding 1 that you're grateful for in the future.
I actually learned that from Julie's 30 Days of Gratitude.
See, perfect. Get the book, peeps. And then acknowledging someone else's efforts. Like, that doesn't just feel good for them, it feels good for you too. So yeah, it's good.
I remember, well, Julie recently sent me some gratitude cards just because she was showing her gratitude. So she sent me some gratitude cards, and I have somebody on my team, and I just wrote her a card, and it was very simple. It was like, I'm really proud of like the work you're doing and showing up for yourself. And I mailed a letter, which I haven't done in years, and I mailed it to her. And she called me, she posted it on the internet. Like, she was like, I haven't got a thank you card or a card in like years. And it made her feel so good. And it made me order more cards because it's just something so small you can do, is acknowledging someone else's efforts and just saying like, you're doing a good job, keep showing up. Like I'm watching, you're inspiring, and it watch what it does. It's a
Yeah,
ripple effect, and it's very beautiful to see it happen.
it sure is. So these are some of the resources we kind of mentioned. We have USANA as our product partner that we really use and love to nourish our cells and make us, help us perform at our best. We also have this 30-day Be Healthy Fall Reboot coming up, and that starts on November the 1st. And this is just a challenge that is open to everybody, anybody who's looking to make some change in their life. We've got 30 days of content provided by beautiful women who are open to sharing the things that they know about mindset, about health and nutrition, about the body, about self-care, about fitness. There's so much information and content that's going to be provided in this 30-day challenge. Definitely recommend giving it a try. So we'll chat. If anyone's interested in that, we can chat about that and see what this looks like for you starting November 1st. Did you want to add anything else, Kim?
No, it all starts with you, and anyone who wants to make a change is capable of changing. And Crystal and I are here for any one of you that is looking for support or guidance on your journey. We live and love to help people feel their best. So don't ever be afraid to reach out, and don't feel like you're alone, because everyone goes through highs and lows of life, and we do have to experience the lows in order to appreciate and really love the highs. So even if you can find some gratitude while you're in the lows, just know that there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, we want to thank you so much for your time today. We do appreciate you tuning in, and we appreciate that sharing this information with you. And if you have any questions, connect with either Kim or I. There's our information. And we want you to have a great evening.
Yeah, guys, thank you for joining us.